What's going on,
Okay,
Jeff?
this is the link I was waiting for.
Yeah, no,
Else, so
This is my first time actually doing the invites myself. Usually Jesse or Will or do the set up the hangout,
okay, yeah,
and
I understand that.
I use I usually do them from my phone, but I was trying to do it on my computer.
Well,
Let
actually,
me
what I'm
message.
doing is I'm this time
Let me message.
because of phone. You
Let
still
me
there?
message Will. Yeah, I'm still here. Let me message Will real quick.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back. It's usually Will or Jesse will set up the hangouts that we do when we talk about when we do the football talk.
Right. Yeah, I've been prepared for the Patriots Giants game. I really haven't researched this.
Yeah, I know. I've been. This is pretty much the biggest game of the season for them because I know I posted. Went back and looked at the scores from the past. From the past games, and the Patriots have lost just about everyone, both games in 2011 and the game in 2007.
Yeah,
They lost.
they lost the last three games they played, and two of them were in Super Bowls.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That disappoints
Overall,
me.
yeah, overall the Giants are since the Patriots, but
Yeah, I know.
after those three losses in a row, but the Patriots haven't beat 2007.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I don't understand what it is about. I don't understand the. I don't understand what it is about that. About the why can't they beat the Giants? I don't understand what it is.
Well, I've been putting a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I've been playing around for the most part, just telling people the Giants are in the Patriots' heads, and you gotta believe it in a way too, because when Tom Brady goes, he's going to be thinking about those Super Bowl losses. I don't care what anybody says.
They're all going to be thinking about those Super Bowl losses.
Yeah.
And see, I'm going to try to be biased in this hangout because I'm a huge Patriots fan, and I
Oh,
know
I
that
understand.
I know our running back is hurt. I think it's the running back. Deion Lewis is hurt, or or he's questionable. If he doesn't play, I don't know if the backup running back is any good or not. But I mean, there goes one of the weapons right there. But that's
Yeah, the thing is with the Patriots though, and as well with the Giants too. I think their offense, Brady, the passing game is probably the dominant over the running game anyway. So
let me. How do I what is the link that I need to copy so I can send it to Will? He keeps saying that he can't. That's the one that he can watch and not join.
oh,
Which
well, the link that you sent me, the last one you sent me on Facebook, that's how I got in. So just
okay,
go
the
to your
last
messages and copy and paste that and send
okay
it to Will.
okay.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, I'll try it.
All right, well you try it and see if it'll work for you.
All right, hold on a sec.
Cause it took you a minute to get in. I don't know what I don't know what I was doing or whatnot. But like I said, this is the first time that I've actually did a hangout with people on my own.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. Let me go to Will's Facebook page. Okay.
And this is something that I want to try to do. I'm gonna try to find people. I know a lot of my friends on my Facebook page are football fans, so I'm gonna try to get them together when only when it's the rival game. If you know what I'm saying, it's
Oh
something
yeah.
something that I thought was interesting to get people to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. I just sent it to Will, so hopefully it will work for him. Because like I said, it worked for me.
Yeah.
If he's still sticking around.
Oh no, he's on. He just messaged me.
Okay. So hopefully he sees that I messaged him. Yeah, this is one of those games. I mean, other than this game, the Patriots' schedule isn't all that easy the rest of the way either.
No,
They
but
got
the
Denver in
teams.
a couple weeks at Denver.
But yeah, they're gonna beat Denver though. That's a given game. They're gonna Denver. I mean, Denver showed their weakness. The game that they lost.
And
I
I think
mean,
they
they
end the
really did.
season. I think they end the season with 3 road games too.
Yeah, but see, Denver's defense cannot stop a really really good all around offense. Their
Yeah,
their defense because the games that what's going on, Will?
there he is.
What's up, guys?
My link worked, huh, Will?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, funny, the one you sent me was to the Google Plus page where just you can watch the show but not be a part of it.
Yeah. Yep, that's
Oh,
the trouble I was having too. Yeah.
oh, this is look. This is my first time actually doing a hangout on my by myself without me not setting it up. So
Hey,
now that I know how to set them up, I'm gonna be doing them. And then this is the channel too that I'm gonna be doing them on. Um,
very
but
good.
we were already talking about how the Giants are in the Patriots' heads for some odd reason. I don't. What are your thoughts on that, Will?
There could be something to that, but if they're going to be in anyone's head, it would be Belichick and Brady, because quite frankly, there's um, not many people left on the Patriots roster that were involved in those Super Bowls, with the exception of like maybe a couple defensive linemen, a couple offensive linemen,
Good point.
Gronk and Brady.
Good
Other
point,
than
Will.
that, pretty much everyone's gone. Welker's no longer with us. Aaron Hernandez is in prison. Shane Vereen plays for New York now. See Stephen Ridley, Randy Moss. All these guys, they're no longer a part of the roster. This team that we have now is completely different, and their mindset is completely different. And I refuse to believe that the Giants are in Brady's head. That's a bunch of bull. He's the most mentally tough quarterback that I've seen in the past, 15 years. There's nobody better under pressure. So it's not him.
That
Um,
is true.
and Belichick, I think it's impossible to get inside his head. So I just think that when it came to, let's be honest, it's not about the Giants being inside their head. And Jeff, I'm not trying to take a shot here, but it is what it is, in your words. The Giants got lucky 2 times. That's it. They got lucky. Lucky.
I wouldn't say they got lucky.
Oh, I would. And I will provide the video footage.
Well,
But go ahead.
I
I'm
remember
sorry.
I remember that great catch.
Oh,
What was it in 2008? What was it by Tyree? I forget. On
and
top of the helmet.
he caught the ball on the side of his helmet.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember it quite clearly. Here's the thing, and like I've been really wanting to play around with the idea of the Giants being in the Patriots' head, but I'm going to come right out and say this, and I've said this before to other people. I think the Patriots are the best team in the NFL this year. I think this is a game for them to lose, not the Giants to win. It's a game for the Patriots. If they lose this game, the Patriots lost it themselves.
Right. I know. I
The
see
only
what you
way
mean.
the only way that the Patriots will lose this game is if their defense does not hold up their end, which the defense is still kind of sketchy. They're not. It's sketchy to me. They don't have a good run defense. I've seen some plays where clearly the running back should have been tackled, but they let
Hmm.
him get a couple of yards in. I mean, Buffalo almost came back and won the game. They almost lost it. Let somebody beat them like the other week or something like that. The score was like 20 to something. It was a real low. Oh, Washington is what it was. Washington almost beat them. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't even put up 40 points against Washington. So the defense has got to. That's what they need to work on.
Well, I think both teams' defense needs a lot of work. Jason Pierre-Paul's back for the Giants. That's going to help a little bit. But I think the offense is going to play the biggest part in this game tomorrow.
The real question is now, with all the injuries and all the rookies starting for the offensive line of the Patriots, are they going to be able to protect Tom Brady? And we've seen it, like he has. They've been mentioning it on the radio and on television and on ESPN, how Brady's worked on his footwork and has been able to get rid of the ball faster as a result to make up for what they're lacking at that position, or at those positions, I should say. Um, I don't see offensively. I don't think we're going to have a problem. Yes, Dion Lewis is not in the lineup, but we still have an aggressive running style with LeGarrette Blount, and we can also utilize running backs in the passing game with Brandon Bolden, and I'm sure there's other guys on the roster that. Let's face it. Who in the hell heard of Dion Lewis until this year? So
Yeah.
who's to say there's not another running back on the bench that could become
Yeah.
the next Dion Lewis, the next running back, just next man up. That's how we do it here. Next man. We've never been a team that's, except for Corey Dillon, we've never had like a star running back that was the anchor of our offense. And even then, Corey Dillon wasn't the anchor of the offense at that point.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, you could mention Curtis Martin and stuff, but we made it to one Super Bowl with him on our roster, and that was in the what the fuck's his name there? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Oh my God, Bill Parcells.
Oh,
Bill
yeah.
Yeah,
Parcells.
but the Patriots have never had any. They've always had decent running backs, but they've never had any scary, in your face running backs. You know what I'm saying? Like they've always had running backs that are there just to fill in a spot, and they still do good
In the
under the
system.
system.
Hmm.
By the way, guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves. I forgot that part at the beginning. We just started talking.
As your first hangout, man, it takes some getting used to.
Yeah, I've done hangouts with you guys. I know I've done. I think I've done one with Jeff, but I know I've done plenty with Will. So, but go. This is a football page, so a lot of people are new to the page and don't know that we do the hangout. So go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick.
Well, I'm Jeffrey Rose. They know me as the Iceman on YouTube, Jeffrey Rose on Facebook, and I'm glad to be here.
I am the infamous Will, also known as the Bringer of Rain 13. I get into all kinds of shit on this website, so look out for me. And but I do know my sports too, so that's why I'm here with Freddie right now. Love talking football with him, and that's what we're gonna do. God damn
Jeffrey Rose is the white meat baby face of the YouTube community.
it. You ain't kidding. The nicest motherfucker anyone's ever met.
Not really. No, I was looking.
But
I was looking at the stats. Since the '90s, the Giants are 6-5 against the Patriots. But who cares about way back when?
Right.
The Giants won the last 3 games, and prior to that, the Patriots won the four straight prior to that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a game of streaks here as far as who gets who. And I also want to point out, too, the Giants have very, very bad luck in November, especially at home. They have a
That
horrible record.
that is true. But you know what's scaring me about this game? It Odell Beckham Jr. That is the only thing that I am scared of right now about this game is
Mhm.
because look at what him and Eli did with even though they lost the game, look at the points that they put up against New Orleans. This
Mhm.
is look at that game. I mean, they put up damn near 50 points in that game
Mhm.
and was supposed to win that game. The only reason they lost that game was a bad call by the referee.
Mhm.
Well,
I,
when there's a game of a lot of points, I think it could go anyway. The thing that disappointed me though was when it was won on a field goal.
mhm.
Yeah, but that was the reason why it was one on the field goal is because the referee made a bad play, and that's
Yeah.
been the case as of late this year. Will knows I've been on the referees a bunch. The referees have cost teams games that they should have won
Mhm.
by just making a stupid call or not knowing what to call or what the call is supposed to be.
Mhm.
So
This is true. I can vouch for him on this. He's been on the referees as much as I've been on these supposed quarterbacks that run the Wildcat or the pistol offense that are, like I predicted, on their way out of the fucking league or on their way to the pine. Called it all the way
Problem
back
is
in
the
yeah,
week
referees
3.
don't let the guys play anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
yeah, but
thing.
you're right about that pistol style offense. Nobody is running it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think the only person does he even run the pistol style offense. Peyton Manning, is he the only one that's doing it how it's supposed to be done?
I'm not even sure. Like, I don't even know what to call the Denver offense at this point. Because whenever I watch their games, all I pay attention to is their defense.
Is their defense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just
and we
want
was
I want to comment on the Giants scoring so many points. We're talking about the New Orleans defense here, and the New
yeah.
Orleans defense is anyone can put 40 points on that defense. I don't care what team it is. It could be Jacksonville. It doesn't matter. They'll put fucking 30 to 40 points on that New Orleans defense. They have no defense. Their
The
defense is
only
like a piece of what's that cheese with the holes in it? Swiss cheese.
Swiss.
um
Yeah.
Swiss.
A piece of
yeah
Swiss cheese. There's holes all over that motherfucker. You could do whatever you want on that defense. Uh,
You know,
yeah
I was
but I
looking at
agree with.
Brady.
I'm sorry. I just want to say I agree. The key matchup this weekend, and this may be the be all end all in the game, is Malcolm Butler on Odell Beckham.
Yeah, and then if Beckham starts making big plays, and Patriots will have to try to double team him and then leave somebody else open.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm looking at the stats here. Tom Brady has thrown 22 touchdowns compared to Manning's 19.
Hmm.
Brady only has 2 interceptions compared to Manning's 6.
Hmm.
Brady's thrown 2007 for 2,709 yards. Um, Eli 2,339. So
Hmm.
their stats, they're pretty close.
Disregarding the interceptions, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah
I would say, and again, let's talk about the Patriots defense. We're focusing too much on the secondary, and I think this is the philosophy that they went with going into this season. Was all right. We've obviously lost a couple of good players in the secondary. Talking about Brandon Bolden and obviously Darrell Revis. But with that being said, their pass rush is pretty damn good. I know Collins is out; he's got some sickness or whatever, but I believe Chandler Jones leads the league in sacks.
oh, that's a
So
possibility.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he does.
He gets
Um,
a sack just about in every game, or if not every game, he's damn near close to the quarterback.
if they can get the point I'm trying to make is take the secondary out of it. Let's say we do double team, we throw a double team on Odell Beckham, all right? If you're going to do that, you got to put pressure on the quarterback to make him make a mistake. So I'm going to say that there's going to be blitzes all day long on Eli. All day long. Make him
Yeah,
throw the ball in
Yeah.
the cold weather, man. It's cold out today. I'm assuming it's going to be fucking cold out tomorrow, too.
oh yeah, it's right now here. It's 39 degrees here, so
Hmm?
in Connecticut.
Wow.
So
So he
Well,
put the
I'm in
pressure on
Georgia,
Eli,
so
man.
I'm in Georgia. We got that good weather. It's about right now. It's saying that it's, let's see. But then again, it don't matter what it is here in Atlanta anyway, cause the Falcons playing the dome
Hmm.
Oh, true. Yeah, yeah. Well, New
and they
Jersey's going to be
suck.
cold tomorrow,
Hmm.
and the Patriots are
Yeah,
used to the cold, so.
Well, both teams are used to playing in the cold, but some quarterbacks don't fare as well in the cold weather. Peyton Manning sucks in the cold. Why would his brother not suck in the cold? You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure we could check that stat out at some point. I'm not quite sure about it. I don't know what Eli's second half of the season numbers are like as opposed to his first part of the season. But I'm telling you, like the mindset of the Patriots. I'm sure a lot of both of you were expecting me to come in here and just be like on fire and like trying to trash Jeff about the whole rivalry thing. I could do that, but I'm not going to because I want to talk about this in a professional way, in a smart way, so people understand what the hell I'm saying and don't just say, oh well, he's just rooting for the hometown team. He's being a homer.
right.
No, I truly believe, and the statistics are proving it. Brady's on pace for one of the best single season stats wise at the quarterback position this year. Top 2 or 3 single season at this
I
point
agree.
right
And
now.
like I said at the offset of this show, I think the Patriots are the best team in the league right now. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was so upset I couldn't watch them last week.
Mm-hmm.
They're number one. Cincinnati is number two.
And who in the hell
Cincinnati's
would
got
ever
pretty
put?
lucky at times, though.
Yeah, but you gotta think of what they're doing. Who would have thought that they are 8-0? Look at the previous seasons that look at since Andy Dalton and AJ Green have been playing together. They've made the playoffs, but they have never been this consistent. Cause that's another one of my teams that I like, but they
Okay.
have never been this consistent going into the second half of the season.
Let's
I mean,
talk
they'll
about
start.
Cincinnati. Let's talk about Cincinnati. What do they have now that they didn't have in the past? They have a tight end who is just as good as Rob
Yeah,
Gronkowski this point of the year. On top of that, they do have a decent defense as well. People don't talk about their defense, but their defense is pretty good. They have a pretty damn good cornerback, from what I understand. So when you have
his
I wouldn't call him a shutdown corner, but when you have a
yeah.
corner that could take out, or at least stay with a team's number one receiver, then you have a tight end who creates mismatches on offense, along with two. They have not one but two playmaking running backs there. They're
His Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. They got all that, and what's their number two receiver, Sanu, could be a number one
Yeah,
receiver on other teams. He's pretty damn good. Along with, you got a veteran quarterback who's finally has all the weapons that you could ever really want from that position, and of course AJ Green.
but their the tight end that they have, I
Hmm.
look. I was half asleep one day and I seen a notification pop up that it was saying that he's the number two tight end right behind. He's got like a couple of more catches to catch Gronkowski this season.
Yep. It's
He's
Gronkowski. What the hell's his name? I forget his name.
um I know his number is 85, but I think it's something weird. It's a weird name.
There's him,
I
and
can't.
there's three tight ends in the league that are putting up monster numbers, and the rest of them can go fuck themselves. Unfortunately, now at this stage, Jimmy Graham has become one of those just go fuck yourself tight ends. You got Gronkowski, you got Cincinnati's. Damn it, I can't remember his fucking name, and it's pissing me off. And then you got Gary Barnidge in Cleveland, who is on fire right now. On fire.
Yeah, those tight ends. I'm just shocked that Cincinnati. I don't even know where the tight end came from, but he is phenomenal.
He's a second year player. I didn't know. Nobody knew about him, but they
Yeah,
obviously knew something. It just
and I
goes to
guess
show. It just goes to
go
show
ahead.
you, man.
They figured out that tight end set that the Patriots run.
Mhm.
Nobody runs the tight end. package better than Tom Brady. And I'm guessing over the off season, coaches have went back and looked at what Gronkowski did last year and
Mhm.
implemented it. Because if you look at what Cincinnati is the plays that Cincinnati, if nobody's really actually looked at it but me, I don't think I don't know if y'all have seen it, but the same tight end plays that Cincinnati runs are damn near mirroring the same plays that
Mhm.
they run for Gronkowski, except for Gronkowski is technically a tight end, but plays like a wide receiver.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
okay, what do you guys think about when well, the Patriots got Buffalo for their next game, and then they got to go to Denver.
Mm.
Um, what do you think about that game, having Peyton and Brady face each other again?
Go ahead,
Like
Fred.
like I said at the top, Denver's defense is is kind of sketchy too. They I don't. I mean, they are a good defense, but they have flaws in their defense. Their defense is flawed. I
Hmm.
mean, like I know, like like with Gronkowski, if somebody's doubling him, that means that they're going to be leaving the wide receivers open. And I don't. Their cornerbacks aren't that. They have top speed, but they don't have the speed of the Patriots receivers. And see if they could check them down. Brady's the best check down passer or the slot receiver passer that I have ever seen. He can
Mhm.
hit you with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yard plays and get you a bunch of yards. You know what I'm saying? And the wide receivers can get a bunch of yards. There's nobody. I haven't seen anybody stop that, and that's where. To me personally, that's where I think Denver is lacking because I've seen some teams that have done the slot passing and they haven't been able to stop it.
Hmm. What I would say, well, I mean, I'm looking at stats wise right now, and if it wasn't for Denver's defense, Denver would be 0 and whatever the fuck right now, 0 and 8, 0 and 9, however many games they've played. My God, the first 5 games of the season, I'm watching them like this is terrible. The only offense they had really was Peyton to Emmanuel Sanders. Peyton to Emmanuel Sanders. That was it on third down, and that was it. And I'm watching this. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And the defense literally won them their first 4 games. Without it, they had nothing. And right now, they're ranked the #1 defense in the NFL. They have Aqib Talib, who's a shutdown corner. But again, who do you put him on? And there's another guy too. I'm forgetting. They have two really legit cornerbacks on that team. I don't know who their safeties are, but the key is like again, like when they move Gronkowski all over the field. Who's going to be on him? Who's going to be following him all day? Is it going to be Talib? Is it going to be other dude? You can't double team everybody. So I look for Brandon LaFell to break out that game and actually have a good game. If not him, Danny Amendola comes through. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be a
like
rough game. It's gonna be a rough game. I really, at this point, like I want to see what Denver does this week. Then I'll kind of have to, I can make up my mind. But right now, it's a coin toss to me. Like that defense, to me, it's their defense versus our offense, and our
good point.
coaching versus their coaching. We definitely have the edge in the coaching. If somehow like we could figure out, if anyone can figure out how to penetrate that defense and expose it, it would be our coaching staff.
Yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, just looking
Do
at
you?
the Patriots' schedule the rest of the season. They finish on the road the last 3 games. That's tough.
Hmm.
But they've won every road game. I mean,
Yeah,
ser-
no,
the, but do you guys? Here's what I've been thinking. Now, at the beginning of the season, the head coach of Denver, um, was calling the plays. Do you think that Peyton Manning is calling the shots now as offense, as like he has taken control back over the offense like it should have been because let's look at the way that they're winning.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think that Peyton Manning is running that offense, or do you think that the coach is running that offense?
Well, are
I
they
haven't
running a
really
no
seen too
huddle?
much of Denver play, so I really couldn't, give you my opinion on that.
If
I've
they're
only seen.
running, if they're running a no huddle offense, Peyton's calling the shots. He's
Yeah,
he's
I
calling
can
all
agree
the
with that.
audibles. That's
Yeah.
it, and that's what he's used to, and that's the type of offense they were running last year and the year before that was successful. So
And do you think that's why the offense is not putting up as much points is because of Peyton Manning not calling the shots? You know what I'm saying? Like
I
it's taking.
don't think what I think Peyton would like to. I think physically that he can't run that type of pace because that's a fast-paced offense. Physically, he's so broken down at this point that his body can't handle that type of pace. He can break it out when he needs to. Like let's say it's a 2-minute warning, or he has to run the 2-minute drill. Then yes, you may be in trouble. But to do it the entire game, he just can't do it anymore.
No, I agree with that as well too. Yeah.
in this in this in this Patriots game, I'm thinking between the two quarterbacks, Eli and Tom Brady, there are going to be a lot of touchdowns. At least I want to say at least Tom Brady's going to have more. I want to say at least 8 by Tom and another 7 for or a 6 for Eli.
Oh, I don't think it'll be that much. I mean, but
It'll be a lot.
it's going to be a game of offense. I honestly do believe that, though.
This upcoming game,
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't. Yeah, there's gonna. It's. I here's another key that I forgot to mention, and this I've been thinking about this. The Patriots have to get a double-digit lead early, and they're more than capable of doing that. So, if they win the coin toss, they usually defer the kick and get the ball in the second half. I don't
Right.
see them doing that this week. If they win the coin toss, they're going to take the ball right away, and they're going
Oh,
to try
that's
to march
interesting.
down the field and score. If they
That's
do
that's
that,
that's
then
interesting.
it
That's a
changes
good
the
point.
whole complexion of the game.
That is true.
Yep.
But
I don't think, and all. My final score, if you ask me, in all honesty, I'm saying Patriots 30 to 35 points versus the Giants 20 to 27.
Okay.
you
That's what
saying
I'm
a
saying.
field? You saying almost a
By a
field goal?
touchdown. They'll win by a
Yeah,
touchdown.
by a
They'll
Yeah.
win.
touchdown.
What's the line on that game?
I don't even know. So
Okay.
I would say 35-27. That's my call.
Yeah, because I thought yesterday, I thought it was within a touchdown,
hmm
the line, but
So if that's the case, then the Patriots will cover.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
that is true.
hmm
I'm just
I,
hoping. I'm just hoping that both teams play good and we see a good game, and I'm hoping it's not a blowout for either side. I just want to
oh,
see a good game.
oh,
Well, it'll be.
it's not gonna be a blowout because the third and fourth quarter have been really the Patriots. If I'll say this, I've said it all season. If New York doesn't go in at the half at least a touchdown ahead or a touchdown behind, when it comes to the third quarter, whoever gets the ball first, the
hmm
Patriots usually at the very beginning of every third quarter that I have seen so far this season, the Patriots have scored within like they've scored 2 touchdowns back to back. If it's defense or offense, they within 5 minutes of play. So
Yeah, and two with the Giants. I mean, the early going, they've blown leads in the fourth quarter and lost the games. They're playing a lot better now than what they did early on, but I think they need to go into that fourth quarter and have that lead. I don't see the Giants playing come from behind in that fourth quarter.
The Patriots are the favorites by 7.5 points, so seven and a
Okay.
half points. So the Giants get 7.5 points on the line. Um,
so
yeah,
so
so
basically a touchdown and a field goal.
they would have to win by they would have to win by a touchdown and a field goal to cover the spread. And I don't know. I don't think though. Then I guess they won't cover if it's They're gonna win by 7 or under. It's gonna be close.
Well,
And
like I
see,
said, I'm hoping it's going to be a good
It's
game.
35. I'm calling 35-27. They'll cover the spread, but man, a half a point. Jesus, I would be pissed.
it's going to be a good game all the way around. But like I said, that third and two, I forgot about this. Odell Beckham Jr. has in this game, if he doesn't demand for the ball more in this game, something he that's letting me know that he won't be with the team next year. If
Hmm.
he don't demand, he's got to, because if you look, I know Jeff, you watched the game, you watched New York's game. If you notice that in the second half of play, Odell Beckham Jr. seemingly disappears. He don't. I
Yes, he
mean, like
does.
he don't. They don't target him enough. I don't understand. You got the best receiver, to me, the best
I
receiver in the league today. He's way better than in Calvin Johnson is in his prime. He's Odell Beckham Jr. is way better than Calvin Johnson.
I
I'm
agree.
saying it now. I
Right
don't.
now, I agree.
Oh,
Yeah,
who's better than
I've been
Odell?
saying
Oh,
this all
all
along.
right. No,
Why
I
isn't the
gotta throw
throw
one
to
name out there
Beckham?
who may be better than him right now, especially coming off last week's game. Antonio Brown is an absolute fucking monster.
Yeah, that's true.
That dude is a beast. I'm sorry, but no, talent-wise and athletically, yeah, there's nobody better. There's no better deep threat in the game right now than Odell Beckham Jr. Hands down, no one, not even Megatron.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and Freddie's right. The Eli's got to target him a lot more.
Mhm. Now, do you think like is that the? Are we saying that that's the coach's decision, or is it just Odell just all right, I got my numbers now. I'm just not gonna just fuck it type
It's
of
got
thing?
to, it's got to, it has to be the coaches. It has to be because I mean, there's no way if I was a coach and I had the talent receiver of a Odell Beckham Jr. Even though granted that half of his catches are made out of bounds,
Hmm.
I still would. He'd be my main receiver. I mean, like I'd use him as a decoy. They don't even really use him as a decoy because teams have figured out, okay, in the third quarter, oh, he's gonna get hit probably about 7 or 8 times, so we don't really have to cover him. Cause I know I watched one game where he was wide open and they didn't even target him. I was like, what is going on?
Wow.
Well, when you got other receivers on the team that have a tendency to drop the ball all the time, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in the receivers that the Giants have. I mean, I have been for the last couple of years, except for Beckham.
And see, I know Jeff, you watch all of New York's game, and I know you probably have seen some of the flaws in their offense, like I've seen, and the main flaw is Odell Beckham Jr. I don't understand what it is about not targeting him like they supposed to.
You know,
I
one of
don't know.
my biggest flaws in the offense this year has been is friggin' delay a game penalties.
Yeah, that too.
So that's coaching. It's not
Yeah,
Beckham's fault. I
Oh
mean,
no no no
it's
no
not
no!
his
It's not
it's
Beckham's
not his
fault.
responsibility. Like he could call for the like Des Bryant in Dallas. He's always wanting the fucking ball. Nothing wrong with that, and he's vocal about it. But that's the coach. That's coaching, and if that's their biggest issue, like if you're having delay of game penalties, and you can't find the number one receiver in the NFL, you can't draw up a play in the second half when you need it to get him the ball. That's one of two things. That's the coaching, or it's the quarterback. And both of those things, man, if that's their main problem, they're gonna get their ass handed to them Sunday.
you know
I
what
wasn't
pissed me?
aware of that as an issue. I didn't know that
Yeah,
was a statistic second half wise for Odell Beckham. His drop in targets and completions. That's
that is
crazy.
Yeah, well, the thing of it is, they don't even look for him. That's the problem.
no, they
Yeah, that's
don't.
insane. That's coaching them. That's on the coaching staff, and
And then
if they're
and
gonna
then
play
when
that game, man. Jesus
and
Christ.
then when they do find him, and he's halfway out of bounds when he's catching the ball, and I mean I'm like, really, why would you even throw to him when you and he's doubled half the time, like in the third and fourth quarter, he's doubled or either because some teams think that they're going to throw to him because it's the third and fourth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and when he does get the ball, he's out of bounds half of the time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. And you know what pisses me off the most about Eli Manning is that he doesn't have Peyton Manning's brain.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest.
True.
His I don't know. He's a really really good quarterback, but he doesn't have Peyton Manning's vision for what's going on the field. His Eli Manning's vision is very limited.
Mm-hmm. This is the truth.
Yeah. He
Eli
panicked.
is physically more durable, but as far as football IQ, they're not even in Peyton's league. Never has been.
No,
There's
I
not
agree.
many.
I
There's
agree with
not
that.
many quarterbacks that are though. Like you
Right.
go across the league. I mean, you can name like even. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers has the football IQ of Peyton Manning. There's not many guys in the league other than Brady that have it. Like who can
But
like psychologically dissect you and pick you apart no matter what. And in all honesty, that's why when I talk about the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Brady is number one. And Polston will back me up on this one. Of all people, Polston will back me up because we agree on this 100%, and anyone with half a brain should. Look at the numbers and look at the championships that this quarterback has won, and look at the guys that he's had as weapons to throw the ball to his entire, 15, 16-year career now? 17 years? Look at
a
it.
bunch
Think
of no
about it.
names.
Think about
Uh,
it.
he,
You can name them, but they're past their prime. Randy Moss came
yeah,
here. He had 1 or 2 good years left in him. Okay. After that, before him, who did you have? Deion Branch was the best guy he had to throw to. And then before that, I defy Troy Brown past his prime.
but Deion Branch
Um,
was a beast though. So I mean, he was at the wide receiver position when he played. There was nobody better than Branch really.
the best cast of characters he had as far as receivers go was the '07 season.
That is
Welker,
true.
Moss, and whatever. But again, like you think about it, now look at the guys he's throwing the ball to now. His wide receivers, Brandon LaFell, who was the third wide receiver on the Detroit Lions, I believe, before he
That is
came over to the Patriots,
that
and
is
now
true.
he's our number one receiver. What the fuck?
Shoot, Edelman used
Mhm.
to be a freaking quarterback of all things.
Exactly. So that's what I'm
And
talking about. Football IQ. Like you take these guys and
yeah,
you just throw them in there with Tom. Tom will know how to use them. It's the same thing with Peyton. Just throw them in there with Peyton. Peyton's gonna show them the way, and they're gonna make it happen. You can't do that with Eli Manning. Eli
no.
Manning needs Odell Beckham Jr. He needs Victor Cruz. And where the fuck has Victor Cruz been this year?
He's
Where
still
is
hurt.
Victor Cruz?
He's still
He's hurt.
hurt.
Victor
Wow.
Cruz is still hurt.
Wow.
Wow, is he still signed to New York?
Mhm.
Yes. Yep.
Wow. When is he supposed to come? Is he gonna play this season?
I don't know. I heard it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, a month ago or so. I thought he was coming back. And then
Yeah.
all of
He's
a sudden,
supposed
now you don't hear
to be.
anything about him again. I mean, and that's another thing I was wondering too. I'm wondering if Beckham is still got that nagging injury.
He probably does, and he's probably playing it out like most of the big name players in the NFL. He's probably what is it like? I think it was a hamstring or a groin or something like
Yeah.
that. I
Oh,
know
if it's
that.
one of those. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, if it's a
Yeah,
hamstring or a groin and it's not torn, it fucks with you all year. It never goes
Oh
yeah.
away.
yeah, because you're playing in every game, you're practicing all week long, and it's never going to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see, what I was referring to earlier with Eli is that they both came from the same gene pool.
Anyway,
So I mean, you would think they would have the same IQ of a quarterback. It's like their dad split his brain in half, and you got his quarterback brain. You got you got Eli and you got Peyton,
He's
and
like,
they're. I'm
he's so
saying,
right. He's so right.
I'm
It's
s-
like
I,
the parents sat down with God or whatever the fuck, right? And sat down and they had a discussion. All right, so how are we gonna split these these football genes down the middle?
But
How are we gonna
then you
do
got to
this?
look at it this way: both Eli and Peyton were better than Archie.
Right.
Yes,
And,
yeah.
and if you look at the stats, Eli Manning is better than Peyton. Only for the simple fact is that he's got the two.
Oh, he's got
What
no.
he
He's not. Stats wise, he's not better than him, but championship wise, he
Yeah,
is.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Championships trump stats. Will
Yeah,
championships.
no, you're right, man. No, you're right. It's true, but Peyton's been to plenty enough Super Bowls and AFC Championship games. The
He
one
And you
thing
know this
Eli,
too.
on
I
only
think
2 occasions, let me finish my point, please. On only 2 occasions has Eli had a certain person in his way, whereas Peyton Manning has had this person in his way his entire career, and that's Tom Brady.
I
that
was
is
just
true.
going to say that, Will. That's what I was
Right.
going to say.
That
hmm
is true. I
Like
just
Eli's only got to
Tom
deal
Brady
with them.
made Peyton Manning much better because he had to
that
be.
is true.
If Peyton Manning was in the AFC, and let's say he's the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, regardless of who they have on offense or whatever, or even the Carolina Panthers, you'd be seeing Brady versus Manning every single year or every other year in the Super Bowl,
That
their
is
entire
that is
careers.
Yep, I agree.
that is true.
But because they both play in the AFC, unfortunately, it's one or the other. Like, who's going to do it? You have to fucking, and unfortunately for Manning, he has to play against Brady all the goddamn time.
That is
Whereas
true.
Eli only has to play him twice, maybe once another time in the regular season, and that's it.
That
Right.
that is true.
And
Even when Peyton was with the Colts, he still had to play Tom Brady every. I mean, like 2 or 3 games out of the season that they played each other when he was with the Colts.
right,
Well,
So
that's what we were talking about earlier because it always seemed like it matched up where it was uh, Manning and the Colts against Brady and the Patriots in the playoffs, and it always came down to these last two teams in the
hmm
AFC conference, and the majority of the time Brady won. So that's what I'm saying. It did make Peyton a better player by
yeah.
facing Brady.
hmm I made both of them without each other. Like that's the rivalry of our decade right now. Like of this current,
Oh
that is the
yeah,
rivalry. It doesn't
what
get any better than that.
the Mannings versus the Mannings, both you can put both of them in that sentence.
Dumb.
It's the man. Tom Brady has no other rivalry other than the Manning brothers. Let's be honest. Who else is Tom Brady's rival? Who? What? Belichick? You can say that. I mean, cause look, let's look at it. Who does he argue with the most? You don't never really see him on the field argue. He argues during games. He argues with Belichick the most.
hmm
So Belichick is his other rival. So he doesn't. His two Tom Brady's two rivals in is Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. Let's be honest. I mean, it is what it is. Unless somebody can correct me on it. I
You
mean,
could throw.
there
You could
is a
throw.
third one.
It
Let's
depends
not
what you're
forget Roger
talking
Goodell.
about.
yeah,
Roger Goodell. There you go.
yeah.
That's fucking great. I wasn't even thinking of that, but fantastic. Roger Goodell. And you know what? You can thank Jeff. Send a
You're
personal
right. I know what you're going to say.
after Sunday. Send a personal fuck you to Roger Goodell, like I did at the beginning of the year, because it's because of his motivation given to Tom Brady by trying to do to him what he tried to do, that the Giants are going to get humiliated on Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you, Goodell lit a fire under the Patriots and Tom Brady, and I said that before the season even started. I even said, watch out for New England this year.
hmm
They're gonna run the table because they don't have they don't have to play Cincinnati until the playoffs. So they have the Bills are scary.
hmm They can be
They
one
You got
healthy.
the Bills, Denver,
exactly.
Philly, Texans, Titans, Jets, and Dolphins.
Yeah, but I'm Denver. It's the defense. The Denver's defense, like I said, it's not tight end oriented. It's more of a it's more of a wide receiver shutdown defense. It's not a okay. I got a tight end who can play wide receiver.
Mhm.
If they are smart, they will switch They will switch Gronkowski to be a wide receiver and let Chandler be the tight end for the Denver game. And I haven't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen them stop tight ends this year.
Well, here's a question. Supposing the Patriots win tomorrow, do you think they could have a letdown against Denver?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Well, should the Patriots win against the Giants tomorrow, do you think next week at Denver they could have a letdown?
Oh,
Um,
are they? They
it,
at
even if they lose this week, they could go into Denver and be beaten by Denver. Um, Freddie brought up a good scenario there where you move Gronkowski out and line him up as a wide receiver. They already do that anyway. Now, if they run the two tight end set like they did with Hernandez and Gronkowski, they haven't done it all year, as far as I know. This would be the perfect game to bring it out in because, like you said, if the defense's statistics show that they can't, they give up a lot of yards to tight ends, it would be the perfect offense to run. The two tight end set, and
but
then you'd be able to run the ball more effectively as well.
Gronkowski is not a tight end. He's labeled as a tight end, but he's not he. I don't know what Gronkowski is. He's a run blocker. He blocks for the running backs. He blocks for the quarterback. I don't. I, he may can get back there and actually play the running back position if he wanted to. I don't know what
Gronk is anything they want him to be.
yeah, exactly. I don't know what the label Gronkowski, but he's definitely not a tight end. Uh, they got that part wrong. He's not a tight. He should be a 200. How much does he weigh? A 280 or 200 and what? Almost 300 something pounds. Wide
Yeah,
receiver.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I know he's around the 280ish mark.
Well, listen, guys, I have to go because I have to make a
Gronk,
phone call.
Gronk
I
is
mentioned
Gronk
to
is
Freddie
six foot
earlier
four,
I had to make a
six
phone
four,
call.
267.
But
Um,
I wanted to thank you guys for having me on.
oh, you Bolton, huh?
Yeah, he said
I'm
he
going
had.
to have to. I got a
It was
phone
my
call I
fault.
have to make.
Supposed to start at 4 o'clock, but I overslept.
No, that's
But
fine.
that's all right.
I was going to give Jeff some shit, but if he's got to go, I'm just.
You know something, Will? You can give me shit tomorrow night.
That's fine. Or vice versa. It's going to be one or the other, man.
Because I'll be honest with you, going into that game tomorrow, I have no clue what's going to happen.
I mean,
None of us do.
if you gotta go real quick, Jeff, just go ahead and cut your little promo on the Patriots, and then will retort at the end.
I don't have anything negative to say about the Patriots except for the fact I think they are the best team in the NFL, and I think Brady is on a roll to probably throw up some massive record-breaking stats. I think the Giants have to be at the top of their game in order to beat them. You know.
See the white beat baby face.
Yeah. All right, man. Go do your thing.
All right,
Jeff.
guys. Thanks an awful lot.
It
No
was
problem.
good talking to you. Hopefully, we can do this again next week or something like that.
Well, I'm not sure where I'm going to be next week, but we'll find out.
All right.
All right. Take care, guys.
Goodbye,
All
Jeff.
right. But yeah, that game, the Patriots, that game is gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, like, Gronk's size, you can't really call him, like, he is a tight end. He's 6'4", 267, 264 last time I checked. And he can block. So he's a tight, like, he blocks. He doesn't just catch the ball, he blocks too. There's not many receivers in the NFL outside. I think Calvin Johnson is about that same size, 6'4", 6'5", 250 pounds. Like, he's a big dude. But like, there's nobody built. I mean, I mentioned those two other tight ends, but
yeah,
they do not. I don't think those guys are as. Gronkowski runs so fast, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like what game was it? Was it the Jets game that he was wide open? Yeah, it was. I think it was the Jets game where there was a play at the beginning of the third quarter. I think it was like 10 minutes and 50 something seconds, or it may have been at
Yeah.
the 11-minute mark. He
Hmm.
was Gronkowski. Tom Brady just throwing the ball, and he shot up the field like he beat all of the secondary. He even beat Revis of all people. And I'm like, Revis is pretty fast at his age.
Hmm.
And I'm like, Gronkowski's talent is ridiculous. It's crazy. I don't understand what happened, or where he got his talent from. God probably is, said here's you some football talent.
All his whole family plays the sport. Like his brother plays, all his brothers play. They're all beasts. They're all big, strong motherfuckers. And
Yeah,
I just
I
think
saw that.
I just think he has the most talent, like overall, through of the rest of them. But he's just the biggest thing he does, and his main attribute, and that's how we run our offense here in New England is you catch a short pass, but it's what you do after you catch the ball. So
Yeah,
when you hit Gronkowski in stride, again, 6'4", 267 pounds, who could run 25 miles an hour. Now this big beast is running that fast at you after catching a 6-yard pass. He's gonna. Do you want to tackle him?
no, or just let him run. I think I've seen that play. They just let him run because I don't think anybody was wanting to get in front of him and tackle him.
Mhm.
Revis was about the only one, and then even Revis was probably like, "Nah, I just let him score this touchdown. We done lost this game anyway."
Yep.
Yeah, I want to know what. I want to look it up, and I'll post it on Facebook. But I want to know what his 40-yard dash is. What he clocks in at running the 40.
Oh, the 40-yard. Oh man, that's an action. Let me check right now. That's a damn good question.
Because from what I've seen, he's pretty fast at running that. It's ridiculous, crazy. His he right. And if you want to go the stats wise, right now he is the best tight end that this league has ever seen. I don't recall a tight end being any better. We'll have to go back and look in the 70s, and I don't even think there's no tight end that's in the 70s that has matched up with Gronkowski.
He ran a 4.6.
Really,
Yep, 4.65.
that's a little bit slow.
That was at the combine.
Yeah, that's
I
a little
think.
bit.
Let me check again.
That
That way, no, it says range had a 47-yard catch and run for a touchdown and finished with 6 catches, 37 yards on Thursday. That was last week, so that was in game.
Yeah, a 4.6 is slow, right? Can
No, 4.240 is like top speed.
so if he's running the 4.6, then that's pretty fast.
4.6 for a tight end is like 4.2. 4.2s are for cornerbacks and wide receivers.
Oh well, then yeah. See. I got to next year. I'll know all these stats and all what they mean and everything. I'm just going off of what I see on the field so far, but
Mhm,
I know all the stats and stuff next year because I'm going to study on that.
mhm,
But as far as looking at it from the naked eye, he is the fastest tight end that I have ever seen.
mhm.
Ever. I would
Average linebackers run a 4.5.
I would dare say at a Deion Sanders at his prime wouldn't
Mhm.
be able to stop Gronkowski.
No, even if he caught him, Deion Sanders never tackled anyone.
That
He
is
would pick you off. He would pick
yeah,
you up, but he didn't tackle.
but I'm saying
Rod Woodson would fucking tackle you.
I'm
Uh,
I'm saying he wouldn't be able to pick him off neither.
oh no, well he wouldn't be covering him in that era. I don't think he would never be covering a tight end
Okay,
because
well then let's take it to this era. A Ray Lewis in his prime wouldn't be able to stop
oh no,
Gronkowski.
there's no linebacker in the league that could run with him. I mean
No,
there's no linebacker, no way, no fucking way.
no,
Mm-mm.
yeah,
And like I said,
Gronkowski.
the average now from what I just said, the average linebacker speed, 40-yard dash wise, in the NFL is 4.5. So if
Yeah,
Gronkowski is out running linebackers, man, then he's got
yeah,
wide receiver speed.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. He's technically a. I don't know. I don't know what leg strength. Maybe he's doing DDP yoga. Um, I don't know. I don't understand. It's for a tight end. And this, I've been watching football for a very long time. I have watched it go from a running back game back in the early '90s, like 1990 to about 95 ish, to when it turned into a defense wide receiver game, to now where it's a strictly tight end set.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen all the eras of the football, and
Mm-hmm.
it's Gronkowski is a special person. He's a special human being.
Mm-hmm. They ain't shitting, bro.
And he can go. He can go to the sorriest team in the league. Like he can go to Tampa Bay, and he will make what's their quarterback's name? Jamie Winston. He'd
Yeah.
make him look fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. He would be perfect to put with a mobile quarterback.
Exactly.
He would be their best friend because more often than not, a mobile quarterback can't throw that well. That's why they
Exactly.
run. So
Because,
he would be his best friend. So his
yeah, because
numbers would be the same, if not a little bit better.
yeah,
But I think him and Brady understand each other so well that Gronk knows, all right, when I make my cut, when I break free, I know he's gonna find me. Like
oh
I don't have to call for the ball. I don't have to like put my hand up. He's gonna find me. I have no doubt.
yeah. Brady throws to Gronkowski with his eyes closed, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know, like a couple of games back, Brady was going to the ground and somehow seemingly found Gronkowski. Again a check down pass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Emma, not Emma is Edelman and Gronkowski are the best besides the tight end that Cincinnati has.
Mm-hmm.
Are the you can even throw Fitzgerald in there.
Oh yeah.
They are the best slot. I don't know if you call them slot receivers for the check down pass.
Yep.
They are the best check down passers and catch yards after the catch that
Mm-hmm.
I have seen.
Yep. It's either going for a check down. It's either going to the slot receiver or it's going to your running back more often than not.
Yeah, I have to look up what the correct term for that check down pass, but the Edelman right now, as far as being a check down receiver, he's the best. Nobody that when it's like okay, when it's like 3rd and 1, you
Mm-hmm.
know for a fact if they're not lined up in the run, they're going to Edelman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's calling for the ball or if he's just that talented though. I still to this day is when I found out that he used to be a quarterback, it's
Mm-hmm.
shocking that he used to with his speed. Cause
Mm-hmm.
usually quarterbacks, if they're not a mobile quarterback, are slow.
Now imagine though, like so he was a quarterback before, so he knows what it's like to be back there waiting to find somebody open. So he
Exactly.
understands, he already understands how Brady's like
Exactly.
only got a limit, like, all right, I gotta make my cuts quick because if I don't, he's gonna get sacked and that's gonna be on me. And that's why he's become
Exactly.
one of the best slot receivers in the NFL because he
Exactly.
understands that. I gotta get
And
open and gotta make my cut perfectly every time so that my quarterback's not in danger because I was in that position before and I know what it's like to take a hit from a linebacker or a defensive end or get blindsided by a cornerback. It's just
exactly.
so it's
And see, that's what.
upstairs. It's in the mind. Like when they switch positions with players. Like he was a quarterback. He's got talent at wide receiver. Let's put him there and see
Yeah.
what happens. And it worked.
And see, that's what they should have did with let's say for example, this year with Michael Vick, they should have transitioned him into being like a wide receiver. I mean, Edelman is doing it, and I know Vic has the speed. Maybe he's too scared to get hit, because I know Edelman will hit you in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. You want to hear a crazy one right now? A crazy theory that it's not going to happen, but I think it would work. It's all up to this one person. I thought this is what they were going to do a while ago. It's like you give Tim Tebow a call, make him your starting running back. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I would bet my life on it. I guarantee you, if he decided, all right, fuck it, the hell with this quarterback stuff. Give me a shot at being a running back.
A
At least
running
a third down back, a running back, like a
running back or a decent tight end. Because
Mhm.
all right, I I like him and I don't like him. He's too arrogant for me, but as far as talent, I like him.
Mhm.
But can't let Cam Newton, let's be honest. Cam Newton is the definition of what a mobile quarterback should be. He is
Yes.
the It's weird. You got all these mobile quarterbacks out there. Vic, Wilson,
Mhm.
um, Tebow was a more mobile quarterback. Who else? Kaepernick was a mobile quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger is a mobile quarterback.
Mhm.
Um, it's a lot of mobile quarter. Brett Favre was a mobile quarterback. Who
Steve
else?
Young.
Steve Young was a mobile quarterback. But no, right, all of those people that I have mentioned are not playing the game as well as Cam Newton as far as being mobile.
Mhm.
This dude is running. You know how a mobile quarterback to me is running outside the lines and running, running left to right. This motherfucker is running straight up the middle. He,
Mhm.
like I said, like let's see, the what was it? The Monday night game against the Colts. He was beating their defensive line up. He was hitting them in the mouth. He was shoulder tackling them. And it's crazy. And he was like he stepped back in the pocket and throw a 50-yard pass, a 40-yard pass, a 30-yard pass. What do you? How do you? The only way that Cam Newton will be stopped is if his attitude off the field. If he gets suspended or something like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Doing
Yeah. If he
stupid
gets
stuff like
injured, whatever, makes a foolish move. Like
doing
he got into a car accident last year and it cost him the season.
exact. But that car accident did something to him though. I'm I hate to say it, but something maybe should happen to all the other quarterbacks. I'm just saying. But but doing stupid stuff like pulling down a banner that costs like $500. I mean, you are I had mentioned something about this on Facebook.
Mhm.
Players have to realize that visiting teams, you have you have fans. Like for me, example, I live in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Okay, you would think I'd be an Atlanta Falcons fan. No, I'm a New England Patriots fan. You have people that live in your state, not necessarily fans of the team that's in the state. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They may be migrated to that team, or their dads, or their moms, or their grandparents, or fans of this team that's not in the state. You can't alienate the visiting team. So what you're doing is you're giving this a. What he did was pretty much basically okay. Hate to say it, you're gonna see somewhere down the line, okay, a visiting team fan getting either a beat up or shot for having either the jersey, a sign, or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And it happens all the time, man. It really does. It's unfortunate. It's almost like gang warfare, but it really shouldn't be that way. But unfortunately, it's going to be that way. But
And see,
I gotta hit the road, man, because I gotta get my laundry out. Actually,
yeah,
it's just been sitting in here.
I'm about to end this anyway because I need to be asleep. I was asleep when I did this, but go ahead and do your thing, do your little
I,
promo or whatever on the
I really
game.
don't. I really don't have one. I just say whatever's on my mind at that moment in time.
Yeah,
Um, I'm the Bringer of Rain 13. I am looking forward to the Patriots beating the New York Giants this weekend. I stick by that. I still believe they will be undefeated after this game is all said and done. Come check out my channel if you would like. Check out this channel, NFL Weekly, where you will get the best insight into the NFL from Freddie Mitchell, myself, and whoever else we have on this show. It's a good show. It's just getting started. This is the first fucking episode. Check it out, guys.
Thanks, Will, for joining me, man. And I am Freddie, the guru of football, as you guys have dubbed me. And I'll take that. And we are out.
Awesome.